we have in this country, by the grace of the Almighty Allah, mineral resources that we have in this country would not go in a way that Gambians will still be poor. We don't want to exploit oil where we are exporting oil and my people will be dying in boats across the Atlantic. I'm not that type of leader and I will never succumb to that. The only authority I believe in is the Almighty Allah. All this is just geared towards destabilizing the country, creating chaos so that they can have access to mineral resources. When I talk about mineral resources, your guess is as good as mine. I know what we have and they know what we have. Because they have been using their satellites to scout the country and they know what we have. They have been using their boats and their planes to spy on our country, and they have eyes on our resources. Their only problem is Yaya Jammeh. And I'll always be their problem. If they want to get it the same way they are getting it in other countries, I think they're making a grave mistake. They will have to kill every Gambian to have that, and they cannot do it because Allah would not allow them. They will find us here. That's all about it. Destabilize the country, get what you want. Put up a puppet government that will serve you. I worship only the Almighty Allah and period, not the European Union or any other entity. So this, as I said, you make it, those who are responsible for dialoguing with them, and if you don't agree to my position, give me your resignation letters now. Those who offend the law would be dealt with according to the laws of this country. Journalists or no journalists, nobody is above the law. If they believe in this, why is Julian Assange being held hostage in a foreign embassy? How many Gambians are killed outside? In fact, also how many Gambians and Africans are being deported in handcuffs? As I said before, if they want the welfare of Gambians, for me to believe in that, let them require let Gambians not require visas to go to their countries. After all, when they were hungry, they came to Africa. Nobody asked them for a visa. So the executions, yes. Is the Gambia the only country that is executing people? We execute people because we believe in God. An eye for an eye. God said that the Quran says that if you kill somebody illegally, you should face the penalty. We are not from evolution. We didn't evolve from pigs. We are created by the Almighty Allah, and we are descendants of Adam and Eve that were created by the Almighty Allah. So, run your countries the way you run them, and you expect us to run our country the way we are. We are not a colony. That is my message to them. So, this dialogue is off. So, make it very clear that this is insulting and it's unacceptable. Period. So, the reason, if a journalist commits an offense, we will detain him and prosecute him. Are journalists better than other Gambians or the media? They know that the most powerful tool, the quickest way to destabilize a country is to use the media. And those newspapers that have been closed, we are going to keep them closed because now they are talking about it. They will remain closed. That's my message to them. In closing, let me make it very clear that in Allah we put our trust and faith. And in Allah we will prosper and become an economic superpower. You didn't like our development or our independence? No, because no African is supposed to enjoy himself. We should be dying in the rickety boats on their coast. And one question also that they didn't address here. Why can't the EU explain to Africans, not only the Gambia, why boats cross the Atlantic and only sink within their coastline? And when they are sinking, there is a naval frigate or a helicopter around waiting for them. Why are Africans being deported in handcuffs? Why are African migrants put in concentration camps as soon as they arrive because they don't have visa? They entered illegally. And let them tell me, show me a site of in Africa or Asia Where Europeans that migrated and ran away from hunger and came to Africa were detained because they entered Africa illegally. Hey, I don't think they know whom they're dealing with. I'm not afraid of anything in this world. I'm afraid of only the Almighty Allah, and we will not be insulted again. So this so-called dialogue is dead, because the Article 8 said that it should be dialogue. Dialogue, that is, we discuss as to how the partnership would be mutually beneficial. But that, being told what to do to destroy your country, to destabilize your country in the name of a few criminals, they will find me here. Not even one letter from the loss of the Gambia would we change. So the dialogue is off. Thank you.
Welcome to Surprising Europe, the only television series that shows true life of African migrants in Europe. We Africans in Europe have a big responsibility. Our families and communities back home depend on us. It is difficult to live off our talents, but failure is not an option.
So we use all our creativity and resourcefulness to be able to provide for our people, like these young men from Guinea who earns a living with an amazing performance. In this episode, we focus on some of the more risky jobs in Europe. We even meet a young man who feels forced to do illegal work.
Nice guys, man. Would you like some weed?
Our guest reporter, Baba, risks his dignity investigating a very strange piece of European folklore. And we have a special report on prostitution.
I was expected to find a job as a cleaner or an office job, but that is not what I found. I found prostitution in Europe.
I'm walking down the famous artist and nightclub district, Montmartre, in Paris. But our first item doesn't come from Europe, but from Africa. This is the countryside of Burkina Faso. The people here have lived a life of small-scale farming for centuries. But on the border with Togo, there's one village that looks different.
Bienvenue à Begedo, le village des immigrés qui vont en Europe.
Of the 20,000 inhabitants of the town of Begedo, more than 5,000 are working in Italy as factory workers or fruit pickers. Of the money they make over there, they send a large percentage back to the families in Begedo. The head teacher is showing us around.
Il y a 15 ans, tout le village était en paille comme ça. Mais maintenant, avec l'aller à l'Italie, en Europe, tout le village a changé. Il y a beaucoup de bâtiments en dur. Donc, vous voyez, tous ces cours qui nous entourent, ce sont des cours des immigrants qui sont en Italie, qui résident en Italie. Je rêve quand même de construire un bâtiment comme mes frères là. Mais sinon, quand même, vous savez, ici, le salaire est très bas. Donc, on prend tout ça là, on peut réaliser ça durant toute notre carrière.
This is Bara, a village elder. His son is in Italy, sending money to support the family.
Il y a deux jeunes de ce village qui sont en Côte d'Ivoire. C'est leur patron qui leur fait partir en Italie. Quand ils sont venus à congé, ils ont dit que la vie est très bonne. Partie 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, ça a été débuté comme ça. Avant, j'ai dormi dans les cases. Si ça plaît, la maison est tombée. On est obligé de rester sans dormir. Et maintenant, même s'ils prennent n'importe comment, on dort comme on veut. Grâce à l'Italie.